Hey Sarah, it's Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Thanks for our little combo during BNI yesterday. I wanted to go ahead and get this video out to you. I am shooting it to show you how Montini Orthodontics is stacking up against the competition online and also to give you some steps you can take to improve things. Now, as Google crawls the web, it is really looking for three things: content, citations, and backlinks. So those are the things I'm going to talk about today. When I'm talking about content, I'm really just referring to the words and images on your site. So Google likes to see between 1,500 and 2,000 words kind of at a minimum on the page, which allows it to get a really good idea of what you do and where you are. The amount, the exact amount kind of depends on the competition and the number of keywords that you want to use to attract people to your page. So a keyword is anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So let's take a look at what a typical Google search might look like. So I typed in Orthodontist Gainesville, Florida, because obviously that seems like what you guys do. And at the top of the page, what we have is the map pack. Now, the top three listed here will get the most traffic because they are super easy to find, right? This is very user friendly. And the way that you get in these top three is obviously you have to have a Google business profile, and you want it filled out as completely and accurately as possible. And you want to have your name, address, and phone number listed in as many relevant directories on the web as possible. So that's everything from Yelp and Yellow Pages to even Facebook can count. Basically, the more times you have that happen, the more power it gives your profile, because every place that you do that is considered a citation. The idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet, and the larger that online presence is, the more it trusts you. Below that, below the map pack, what you see is what we call the organics. And organic just means not paid. Ideally, you want to be in the top three here as well. By being in the top three of both, by being in the top three of the map pack, you'll see about a 30% increase over your organic traffic. But by being in the top three of both, you'll be part of that like 75 to 80% of the business. So for the purposes of this video, the top organic result is actually progressivebraces.com, and the next one is GainesvilleOrtho.com. And so for the purpose of this video, that's who I'm going to compare you to. Now I've got your website pulled up here. I really like how you're highlighting Dr. Montini and his passion for what he does. I love the fact that you've got these reviews kind of front and center. But what I don't see a ton of is actual content. In fact, when I plugged you into a word counter, I found that you're sitting at about 641 words. So you've got some room to be able to add some more information. And when I analyze your site, so one of the things I do when I look at a website is I analyze it, and I use this tool called RFs. And I can see that you are getting through this tool about 283 unique visitors per month. Those visitors are finding you from 76 keywords, and I can actually drill down and see what those keywords are. So let's do that. Obviously, some people are looking for you specifically. You got 1,000 people a month looking for that specifically, so that's awesome. But let's look at something where people don't already know you. So, for example, Orthodontics Gainesville, Florida. Now that whole term right there is being searched 500 times per month. You're in position 8 for that. So there's 10 Google results per result page. So position 8 puts you kind of at the bottom of the first page, but the fact that you're on the first page is awesome. And because of that, you're getting about 20 visitors per month. But again, ideally you want to be in the top 3. For Orthodontist Gainesville, that's being searched 600 times per month, and you're in position 10 for that. So you're right at the bottom. And even though it's a really good volume word, you're only getting about 13 visitors per month for that. Now, in contrast, let's take a look at Progressive Orthodontics. Progressive Orthodontic Associates, my apologies. So if we look at them, they are actually getting 434. So a good bit more traffic for you than you, and they're being found for 127 keywords. And again, we can drill down and take a look at what those are. So for Orthodontist Gainesville, they're number 2. So that, that term's being searched 600 times. they're in position 2, so they're getting 77 visitors from that. So you can see the difference that it can make to really target a keyword that you're looking at. And if we look at GainesvilleOrtho.com, which I guess is Sappington Orthodontics, they are getting 425 visitors off of 173 keywords. But again, just kind of giving you an idea of how that competition is looking. Now, the last piece of the puzzle of the ranking puzzle is what we call backlinks. A backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another via clickable or hyperlink text. These links act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses to build trust in your business by seeing those other businesses vouching for you. So it's kind of like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins, but not all links are created equal. Those relevant to your business are going to be most powerful, as will those that are local. And ideally, those links should be just as powerful as they are trustworthy and local. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I go back to this RFs, I can actually see that for your backlink profile, you've got about 11 different businesses referring to you. Referring domains is 11. These two markers right here, though, they let me kind of compare websites regardless of the number of websites linking back, regardless of the industry, because it calculates kind of the strength of that profile based on those factors that I was talking about, the localness, the powerfulness, the trustworthiness of all of these relevancy, all of these links coming in. And so these are on a scale of 0 to 100. The DR is really like how powerful are the links coming in? And you're rating it about a 0.3 on a scale of 100. And how trustworthy are they? They're about a 4.4 on a scale of 100. Ideally, even if you don't have a ton here, you want them to be as close to the ratio to be as close to 1 as possible, because again, that's, you're just as powerful as you are trustworthy. So these, it's not too horrible of a difference there, but let's take a look at the other guys. So Progressive Orthodontics, they're at a 2.7 and 6, so about the same disparity there, but they've got about 28 links coming in. And then if we look at Gainesville Ortho, 0.1 and 6 with about 96 referring domains. And you can see if you look at these, like their traffic is kind of going up. And if we look at this, their traffic is kind of remaining a little bit steady. Looks like they've kind of been working on it for a little while. It's a slow and steady progress. I did notice on yours that it seemed to drop off a good bit. So this orange line is the organic traffic, and it was kind of going along great. It was building, and then in about June, the end of June of 2022, it really kind of dropped. And so it's kind of been dropping since. So just some interesting stuff, and there's different reasons for that. Google does algorithm adjustments, and it could be that, but I didn't see the same drop so much in the other people, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I hope this was helpful. Like I said, as all these things come together, the content, the backlinks, the citations, you begin ranking higher and higher, and more customers find you. That's really the end goal. So I hope this information was helpful. Would love to hear some feedback on it when I do these, just so that they will be helpful. If you find yourself wanting more, you want to have a further conversation, just reach out. We can talk about the goals for the Montini Orthodontics practice, and I can do some research to figure out like what might be realistic and what it might take to reach those goals. Again, this is Lori, Soul Sisters Digital Design. My number is 352-235-9803. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to your feedback.